Can do it. Okay, they work. welcome everyone. It's just about 6 o'clock, so we will get started. So just a quick introduction. My name is Brianne. I'm the program head for Animal Health Technology. So I just want to start by thanking everybody for coming. This is our second year Animal Health Technology students presentation of their student-led clinics final end of year presentations. So we're going to be inviting the teams up one at a time, and they'll be doing their year-end wrap-ups. At the end of each presentation, there'll be an opportunity for questions, so please feel free to ask them. They are encouraged. So first off, I'm going to welcome Team Retail Marketing to the stage, and they can get us going.
They gotta turn the lights on or what? First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming. Team Retail and Marketing has been very busy this year, and we're very excited to show you what we've been up to. My name is Alyssa Willis, and I will be doing my practicum at South Country Vet in Assiniboia, Saskatchewan. I got the honor of being Team Retail's team lead this year, and I'm very excited to show you what we've been up to. So, with further ado, let's get on to it.
Hi everybody, my name is Jessie Ferguson. I was fortunate enough to be the Associate Team Lead for Retail and Marketing this year. I will be spending my next 6 weeks in Nanton, Alberta at the Nanton Veterinary Clinic. So this year we were able to set out some mission, vision, value statements. Ultimately, our mission consisted of building and generating new relationships with our local vendors, creating new providing clients with diverse products, engaging with the college and ag industry to further understand supply and demand issues. Our vision was based on educating the general public, promoting our clinic, and providing beneficial products and services. As a team, we value a friendly and safe environment. This provides us to understand animal welfare and further strengthen our human-animal bond.
As team lead, it was up to me to lead the team through an hour meeting every week. Basically, they had to listen to me blab for an hour each week. Before these meetings, I would upload an agenda 24 hours prior, with treasure spelled different every time. I would be there to answer any committee chair questions or any committee questions and tried my best to guide the team through the year.
As associate team lead, I was fortunate enough to become very close with Alyssa, whether she liked it or not. While she was leading meetings and trying to keep everything organized, I was usually trying to keep up to everything she was babbling on about. We spent many hours together creating weekly agendas and following along with the seeming endless list of tasks that were produced to us each week. And on the occasional time when Alyssa was slacking in the slightest, I got to demonstrate my good ideas too. Let's just say we had each other on Snapchat speed dial, and we still enjoy working together to this day.
Hi, my name is Charlize Kiesig, and I'm doing my practicum at the Earl Grey Vet Clinic in Earl Grey, Saskatchewan. I had the opportunity of being secretary for Team Retail. This allowed me to take timely and organized notes throughout the year. This is very important as you are responsible for documenting everything your team discusses. Now, secretary is a great role as it isn't too time consuming but still allows you to be extremely involved within your team.
Hey everybody, my name is Raquel Hollanati. I will be doing my practicum in Dalemead, Alberta at the Barrett Veterinary Practice. I was Team Retail and Marketing's treasurer, so what that all entitled, I was responsible for printing off end of the week profit and sales, and I was supposed to present them, and I did. Tried my best to our team on our Monday SLC meetings. And so when you're treasurer, your job is to make sure that everything that you're printing off, you're going to have multiple sheets of information. You have to make sure everything adds up, your charges and profits all add up, and make sure that your charge is equally 20% more or 20% less than your profit. So our profit in our clinic was our 20% markup, and yeah, that was that. My treasurer's report. So this year we did fairly good. So kicking it off in October, we had our grand opening. This is us trying to figure everything out, what we're doing with the clinic. Then we led into November, and that was a pretty good month for us. We had our program jacket sales, as well as we had our stocking stuffers for Christmas. As well as going into January, we had our scrub jacket sales that helped out a bit. February, we did our tumbler sales, custom tumblers, they did all right. And then we had our March sales, which wasn't the greatest just because we're wrapping up, trying to prepare for this presentation and finally getting ready to graduate. And yeah, so semester one was significantly better than our second semester just because we had more time to focus on our projects and making sales good.
So overall, as a team, we were responsible for completing these 4 tasks all together. So everyone would take a 1-2-hour store shift every 2 weeks. These store shifts entailed working alongside another member, helping any customers purchase in-store items, ordering anything off of WDDC, or taking payments for any clothing or custom tumblers that we had. But let's be honest, most of these store shifts were either spent talking about how stressed we were, cramming for tomorrow's midterm, or seeing if there was any cute trades boys in the parking lot. Each committee was responsible for filling out the whiteboard at least 2 times throughout the year with an animal health topic of their choice. This is where they could get creative this year. Everybody on our team contributed to our mid-year report and this final presentation that you're currently watching. Team bonding was something we really emphasized as we wanted to enjoy our last year of school. Whether it was painting pictures of pigs at the clinic or hanging out at Amy's house and eating food, we made sure to really enjoy our year this year. Our team is further split into 4 committees: social media, animal health advocacy, strategic planning, and new initiatives. Please help me in welcoming the rest of social media onto the stage.
Hi, I'm Erin Amson. I am doing my practicum in Watrous Animal Hospital in Watrous, Saskatchewan, and I had the pleasure of being this year's committee chair of social media. So some of my roles as being committee chair, I schedule posts that will be posted, I approve posts, and I run and schedule the committee meetings, and I communicate with the other teams about what needs to be posted. In some of our committee jobs, one of our big ones is advertising. We advertise our new products that will come in, vendors we bring in, and events that are going to go on, and we use the fun, eye-catching posts that you see on Instagram, and that's the way of getting the word out. The other one is that we communicate with the other committees to see what they need posted, as the other committees have to do with the vendors and products that will come into the store. And then the other one, one of our main goals is we focus on educating the public and students about their animals through our posts.
Some projects we did this year as a committee was combining our social media accounts between each 3 teams, as well as a Walk Your Pet Month challenge. When we were handed over the information for social media, each team had their own separate account. And as a committee, we made it our goal to try to have one combined account. And we proposed that this would bring a lot more activity to the one page instead of the 3 separate. So to differentiate the posts between each 3 teams, we would use separate hashtags. And hashtags are very useful as they connect your posts all throughout social media. And within the last 90 days, some of our posts were able to reach over 1,400 accounts. Although this project was very successful, we did have some challenges as we found it difficult trying to have a uniform and organized account between 3 separate teams.
The Walk Your Pet Challenge was created to get those following our social media accounts to get outside even in the cold month of February with your pets, whether it be a cat, dog, horse, any animal of your choosing, to go outside and play with the snow. We ask that you post a picture with you and your pet, post it on your social media story, and then use our hashtag and tag us. Those that posted the most stories would be entered to win a prize. This prize was a gift certificate that could be redeemed at our store. This was in hopes of drumming up further business and hopefully getting more people through our doors. Though it wasn't successful as we had hoped, we still enjoyed the project. We just would have liked to seen a little more participation. Overall, the social media committee took a lot of initiative in providing valuable and well-rounded posts for our audience within the college, as well as educational aspects for those following along outside of college life. We prioritize creating content with a purpose and found it reached many more accounts than we could have ever possibly imagined. Almost doubling our following bases, we've seen interactions from not only all over Canada, but the United States as well.
As a committee, we also faced weaknesses and threats throughout the year. Participation was an issue within our team as well as our followers online. And having a large group as well as a growing social media following, you need to understand as well as prepare yourself that 100% participation will always be a struggle. We also had some issues with scheduling our posts between the 3 teams, but after a few meetings and lots of communication, we were able to create an online schedule that helped us overcome all these issues.
So our overall goal as the social media committee was to educate students and the public about animal health and care, but also promoting the store through all of our posts. This was successful. As Jesse said, we increased our following by a substantial amount this year. Some recommendations for next year's social media committee. Participation. Like Charlize had mentioned, it was hard to get participation sometimes, so if you can find a creative way to increase that, it will help you a lot. Plan your posts out each month. Your months are going to get busy, you're going to get stressed. If you plan it out, it's going to help move a lot faster. Uniformity on Instagram is going to help you increase your followers. Give TikTok time. It takes a lot more time to be funny and creative than you think. And continue to use the hashtags to differentiate between the 3 teams on social media. Please help me welcoming in the Animal Health Advocacy Committee.
Hi, my name is Jana Schroeder, and I'll be doing my practicum at FinVet in Airdrie, Alberta. This year I was fortunate enough to be the committee chair for the Animal Health Advocacy Committee. My tasks included organizing committee meetings, finalizing projects, communicating with our team lead and faculty advisor, as well as compiling the Bible at the end of the year. Our task as a committee was coming up with clothing ideas and designs, placing the order, we updated the PowerPoint in the Animal Health Clinic, and when it was our term, we updated the whiteboard in the clinic as well. And being as part of team retail, we also worked the weekly store shifts. Our committee was important within the team because through our clothing, we were able to increase the traffic throughout the clinic and the retail store, as well as bring awareness that it exists. And with the PowerPoints, we were able to advocate for the health and well-being of our animals.
Hi, my name is Morgan Armstrong, and I will be doing my practicum at Eagle Creek Veterinary Services in Rosetown, Saskatchewan. For our apparel orders this year, in first semester we wanted to give a good selection for everybody to choose from. We offered hoodies and crew necks in 2 different color options, as well as windbreakers. The logos we designed came in a variety of different color options, as well as they were customizable to our programs. We received more orders than expected, and all the ordering and embroidery turned out very successful. We recommend doing it again, but would suggest giving less color options for the embroidery. In second semester, we ordered scrub jackets. They were a quick and easy order as it was just one option available. The scrub jackets do take a few weeks to come in from WDDC, so we do suggest that you order them the end of your first semester for the shorter second semester we have.
Hi, I am Cheyenne Reynolds. I will be doing my practicum at Fort Macleod Veterinary Clinic in Fort Macleod, Alberta. This year within animal health advocacy, we had many strengths. We worked very well together as a team and we had great communication. This year we had a goal of making the clothing affordable for everyone so that they could afford at least one piece of program clothing. This year we used all of our strengths to research vendors and were able to decrease the cost of the windbreakers this year by about 25% of what the apparel was last year. We were always able to rely on each other to lend a helping hand to allow us to get all of our tasks done in a timely manner. This year, as a team, we faced a few weaknesses and threats, one of them being our scrub jackets. We were only here until the end of March, which made us think that the scrub jackets might not be here in time. Luckily, they just came in. We had a bit of trouble trying to figure out what clothing we wanted to bring in, so to receive the outcome we would have liked. Our last weakness was our PowerPoints. We made these about every 2 weeks and posted them in the reception area of the clinic. We quickly realized that they didn't reach the amount of people we would have liked, so they didn't have the impact we would have liked to see.
Hi, I'm Shelby Stordahl. I'll be doing my practicum at Ranch Docs Veterinary Services in Lethbridge, Alberta. Our overall goal for this year was to make apparel more affordable for the students and to have more people walking through the retail store. We feel we did reach our goals this past year. We were able to decrease clothing costs by finding new vendors, and by having way more orders than we anticipated, we were able to have more people walking through the retail store. Our recommendations for next year would be to make sure you always triple check your work and your numbers before you submit them. We definitely had a couple issues that took some time to sort out, but we worked it out. And with clothing orders, while the color options were really nice and we loved the way they turned out, it quickly became an overwhelming amount of work. So we recommend limiting the number of options you're willing to give. We would love to see these clothing orders continue next year, as well as continuing the high level of communication and teamwork we felt we had as a committee this year. If we could change something from this past year, it would be to have our PowerPoints reach a larger audience. We would have worked to have them playing throughout the clinic and through different parts of the school. Now please help me welcome our next committee, Strategic Planning.
Hello, I'm Reese Pollitt. I will be doing my practicum at Alberta Veterinary Centre in Red Deer, Alberta. I had the privilege of being the committee chair for Team Strategic Planning this year. As committee chair, my duties included making sure that the team was organized each week by creating a plan and setting goals. I frequently communicated with other committee chairs within Team Retail and Marketing. I was responsible for finalizing the order each week, and I would do so by looking at the inventory we had in store and then adding any special request items that had been requested for that week. I would then submit that to the ad lab text to be placed. Lastly, I was responsible for creating and submitting project proposals for each of the events that Team Strategic Planning put on this school year. The majority of the time, our team worked together collectively to take care of all the responsibilities that we had to do. Those responsibilities included researching new products to bring into the store while also satisfying individual needs through special orders. We ensured that the store schedule was filled each week while guaranteeing every individual had a minimum of 1 2-hour store shift every 2 weeks. We completed major inventory counts at the beginning, middle, and end of the school year while doing inventory checks weekly. We organized products through the store the way that we felt was the most functional. For example, having more popular items up at the front of the store closer to the till. Lastly, we provided a place for other committees to bring in their income through their apparel and vendors.
Hello, my name is Carlene Riley, and I will be doing my practicum at Bluffton Veterinary Services in Bluffton, Alberta. Throughout the school year, we had the opportunity to hold 2 events, the first being Stuff a Stocking, where customers had the opportunity to pick a toy, a treat, and a bow for their pet stocking. We made an overall profit of $134.22. One thing we wish we would have changed was to do prepayments before the event. The second event we held was the Kissing Booth fundraiser, where we raised $65 for Border Paws Animal Shelter in Lloydminster, Alberta. One thing we wish we would have changed, though, was to do a survey beforehand to determine participation.
Hi, my name is Victoria Miles, and I will be doing my practicum at Vermilion Vet Clinic in Vermilion, Alberta. As every team, we have our strengths and weaknesses. Our strengths this year included working well together as a team, our time management skills, and effective communication to keep our organization on point. Coming into second year, we felt at a disadvantage and uninformed of our duties and expectations involving the overall operation of the store. Our biggest weakness was not enforcing management of special orders. It would have been more efficient if all special orders were made to go through our team, so less confusion was had. Overall, as a team, we worked well and accomplished great things.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie McNeil, and I will be doing my practicum at Animal Medical Center South in Dunmore, Alberta. My committee set the goals of working together as a team and having good time management. These goals and further accomplishments were made by us working together well with one another, thus avoiding unnecessary conflicts and disputes. We have also managed our time very well by making weekly plans and dividing our tasks equally amongst ourselves. Hence, working together as a team has played a tremendous role in our success.
Hi, my name is Carrie Conchino, and I'll be doing my practicum at the Cumberland Vet Clinic in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. My committee and I have come up with recommendations for the next group of students who will be taking over strategic planning, as well as what we'd like to see continue and suggestions of what could change. Recommendations like organization of the store inventory to keep track of the products and prices to better maintain the retail store, and having a closer working relationship with new initiatives because they bring in a variety of products from local vendors around Vermilion, along with continued special orders that offer a much more comprehensive range in stock than what the store carries, as well as fundraisers and events that help nonprofit organizations to help achieve their goals. Also, we would like to suggest changes like more advertisements to promote store products and promotions that not only increase sales but bring customers in. Lastly, to be more prepared when it comes to setting up the store, setting prices, and making sure everyone has a better understanding of how the retail stores ran. I will now pass the mic on to new initiatives.
Hi, my name is Ine Janssen van Rijnsberg, and I will be doing my practicum at Central Vet Clinic in Ponoka, Alberta. I had the privilege to be the committee chair of Team New Initiatives, and as the chair, I helped organize our team and guide ideas brought up by committee members. I also submitted project proposals for the vendors we wanted to bring into its store, as well as update our team with our new plans and achievements at weekly meetings. Our roles within the committee were to research handmade products created by local vendors to support small businesses as well as our animal health clinic retail store. We also worked together as a team to create monthly flyers to display around campus to advertise our store hours, custom orders, as well as sales we had within our store.
It's me again. So for our project highlights, we had supporting small local businesses, as well as researching new vendor opportunities. This allowed us to get a head start in giving us some ideas on where we wanted to go with our second semester, as well as giving the upcoming second years some opportunities to have a head start and some options. Then we went into our custom orders and designs. So this consisted of feeling out there to see what the public would like and what their interest is when they want to order something fun and, cool for themselves. So some of our project highlights consisted of our customized tumblers. We only sold 13 of these tumblers, but we marked this as a great success for our team since it was our first project that we pulled off. And we got to see some awesome smiles from customers when they were making their payments, which was pretty great. Then we went on to discovering new projects. So this is creating project plans for our upcoming first years coming into second. So they have some things that they can go off of, what we would do better or what we would like to do if we had more time. So they'll have that. We have a Holy Bible that we pass on to them, so they'll have all that information. Then we will go on to, I'll finish off with our vendor and team relationship. This is probably the most important thing when it comes to our committee and our team. Without our relationship with our vendors, we couldn't efficiently bring in our products as well as pull off just doing our job.
Hi, my name is Jenna Kell, and I'll be doing my practicum at Crestwood Veterinary Center in Edmonton, Alberta. So we were able to maintain a good vendor relationship with Sarah from Be Handmade. She's a local veterinary technician that provides her services in her spare time. We took the opportunity to learn from our mistakes in first semester and bettered ourselves in regards to time management for our second semester. And a new initiative's probably biggest strength is that we're a very creative group. However, creativity can only go so far without communication. As mentioned before, we did struggle with time management a little bit due to clashing of personalities and lack of communication. And this also made coming to a consensus a bit of a struggle, but in the end, our weaknesses allowed us to grow together better as a team.
Hi, my name is Sasha, and I will be doing my practicum at the Pet Hospital and the Farm Animal Hospital in Leduc, Alberta. Our committee's primary goals were to generate business relationships with vendors who could provide new and diverse product offerings to our customers and to promote awareness of the animal health clinic. We were successful at completing a portion of our goals as we were able to maintain a relationship with Be Handmade Designs, an existing vendor we had, who provided customers with some great new, affordable, and customizable products, including tumblers, mugs, stickers, and more. Unfortunately, we were not able to secure any new vendors due to delays in consensus regarding personal preferences within our team or not getting responses from other vendors that we had reached out to. However, we were also successful at posting advertisements around campus and on online various platforms promoting awareness of store hours, product offerings, and sales to fellow students in our surrounding community.
So our recommendations for next year are to try and expand the product line as well as explore more customization options. We also recommend continuing supporting local businesses and to always try to work together as a team. Even when there's a difference in personalities, always try your best. The things we would have done differently throughout SLC is we would have reached out to multiple vendors early on in our first semester. Our schedules are very busy and we have a very fast-paced program that sometimes SLC gets left behind. We also would have tried to research vendors not specific to just agriculture, but vendors that pertain to everyone on campus. Last but not least, remember to always have fun. I will now give the floor back to our executives to babble on a little longer.
Team Retail and Marketing had a great year of taking initiative and molding our team into everything we wanted to grow in and achieve. From building and bettering our social media outreach, to bringing in multiple clothing orders, customizing vendor items, and keeping the store full of inventory, we couldn't have asked for a better year.
Throughout our year, we can all admit we became a tight-knit group that could accomplish a lot when we put our mind together. Though our communication sometimes laid at fault when coming across new projects and ideas, we were always able to work around potential issues. As a team, we learned to value a trusty timeline given to all as this encouraged further well participation. We found the ability to bring forward any issues or any questions in our team meetings.
Communication should always be at the top of your priority list. Though you may underestimate this skill at the beginning, it becomes very relevant when your schedules begin to build heavier and stress lingers higher. Bringing forward questions and concerns when they arise is something to keep in mind as well. You aren't all expected to be best friends on this team, but getting along and working together sure does help when looking back at your success.
Like I had mentioned, team bonding was something we really valued. Before this year, a lot of us hadn't even interacted with each other, let alone knowing how to work with each other. Team bonding gave us that opportunity to grow closer together on a more personal level. Setting goals right away was also something that we learned to value, as it assisted in outlining expectations and tracking progress made, as well as holding each other accountable.
Student-led clinic has been a blast from the very beginning. Learning valuable skills and gaining new friendships along the way has been a huge benefit to each and every one of us. Alyssa and I cannot thank our entire team enough for supporting the occasional chaos and the crazy ideas.
We also want to thank everyone who helped behind the scenes. Your generosity and kindness doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you to Denise Martin for booking all the rooms last minute because I could never remember to book them on time and answering my thousands of questions. Tamara Martin and Tracy Allen, thank you for bringing a smile to our face whenever in the clinic and again answering all of our questions. Thank you to our instructors for letting us interrupt your class times to promote our store and always being there to support us. We want to give a special thank you to Amy Cusack, our faculty advisor, for letting our team mold into what it is today. She let Student Light Clinic be student-led and was our guiding light through it all this year. We couldn't have asked for a better faculty advisor and appreciate everything you do for every single one of us. We hope you enjoyed your year as much as we did.
We are now open to answering any questions you guys may have.
Yeah. I can take it.
Well, I think our communication became very clear within this presentation especially. We all learned the importance of it for one and how to do it better. I think that's what builds a great team, and that's what really put ours ahead of the game at the end.
I agree with Jesse, and I think the teamwork that we really got to build up, I think will really go into clinic when we all set out onto our careers, because it is a teamwork career, so I think that's something really valuable to take away from SLC. Oh, yes.
You mentioned, your team mentioned that you had a 20% markup on your product. Is that 20% across the board, or 20% when you get like total, you might have 10 here and 20, 30 there, one. Or second, you have 20%.
Yeah, so basically when we get most of our items off of WDDC, which is the Western Drug Distribution Company, which is who we order our products from, they give us a base price of what it costs to just purchase those items, and then everything from there would get a 20% markup, including our clothing. And then, sorry, what was the other question?
Why 20%?
That was just kind of something our team discussed earlier on in this year. We kind of talked to Amy about what previous teams had decided with, and we kind of went with what's going to make the store money, but also we are all college students on this campus, so we want to still keep things affordable. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your question.
Well, to be honest, we weren't really super sure how to start our year. It was a really fly by the seat of your pants kind of deal, and that's why we wanted to build upon our Bible for the upcoming second years, because we felt lost, and so it really didn't play a huge part, honestly.
Yeah. Melissa?
We will invite our treasurer.
It was a little bit quiet back there. You might have to repeat that. I got the end of it.
Did you account for what was not sold, like what you guys put into boxes and back on the shelf when you talked about your profit?
Accounting for what was not sold. I'm not too sure. I think that's a Reese question. She dealt with the putting the inventory and putting everything back. Sorry. Yeah, there you go.
I did not want to come back out here. No, we didn't take into consideration what we had already, or what we hadn't sold when we were doing our profits for the year.
I think as well, like, because all those products will be able to be sold next year for next year's team, we kind of just almost count it as something that we kind of just not lend forward, it's something that we've already spent money on, but it's something that next year's team can possibly make profit on, so it's not a total loss as it has potential to make profit next year. Yeah, any more questions? No? Okay, well, this is for Amy. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, you are more than welcome to, and please help me in welcoming the rest of the team back on the stage.
All right, so next up we have Team Public Relations. We'll just give them a few minutes to get organized and then they will get carried away.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Team Public Relations presentation. My name is Emily, and I'm the team lead for Team PR.
My name is Maria, and I'm Associate Team Lead for Team PR.
Now, we all know this wouldn't be a true public relations presentation if it wasn't for a few of my associates' jokes. So here's one to get us started.
What happens when it rains cats and dogs? You can step in a poodle.
Now, what is Team Public Relations? Team PR is all about connecting with the public, sharing the human-animal bond, and promoting our program as well as our industry. Our mission is to promote animal welfare and the importance of the human-animal bond by educating the public about the veterinary industry and demonstrating the importance of veterinary professionals. Our vision is to see stronger connections built between the community, Lakeland College, and the industry. Additionally, for the public to have a greater understanding of the veterinary field. Some values we held close to us this year include professionalism, positive connections, teamwork, and quality care. Team PR worked extremely well together throughout the year. Everyone participated positively, and ideas and opinions were always shared in meetings. We have been able to adapt and overcome any obstacles presented to us throughout the year. At times throughout the year, we struggled with miscommunication, resulting in lack of preparedness. Our team faced difficulty in completing the approval process in a timely manner, leading to events occasionally feeling rushed. In October of 2022, myself and the other team leads had the opportunity to attend CanWest Veterinary Conference. Here, I gained valuable information on leading, teamwork, and collaboration.
The Community Outreach Committee had the opportunity to go into the town of Vermilion and spend time talking with the people about the veterinary field and encourage the human-animal bond. Our team had the opportunity to give clinic tours to potential future students and give them a better understanding on how the animal health technology program is run. The threats we faced were time constraint and overambition. Executive roles are as followed. Team lead and associate team lead work together to create meetings, run meetings, assist wherever needed, keep the team organized, and aid in conflict resolution. Our faculty advisor is Dr. Pamela Barmentlu. Our secretary is Thomas Ray. His role consists of taking meeting minutes, making the monthly calendar, file organization, and creating team documents. Our treasurer is Shauna Kelleher. Her role is to track funds, provide floats and reimbursements. We had many events that were involved with finances. Our total revenue is $2,068, and all our expenses were $563. Our team has had good performance in hosting events, but occasionally small details were missed. It took a bit of time for our team to get comfortable with one another, but by the time we reached second semester, we were all comfortable speaking during meetings and sharing ideas with one another. This helped ensure all aspects were covered. Our committees include community outreach, industry connections, program promotion, and subcommittee social media. Here is community outreach.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiana Gorgachuk. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm the committee chair of Community Outreach.
Hi, I'm Taryn Fisher. I'm from Medicine Hat, Alberta.
Hi, I'm Emily Bachand, and I'm from Sherwood Park, Alberta.
I'm Cassidy Yurchuk. I'm from Lloydminster, Alberta.
I'm Ainsley Knodel, and I'm from Forsberg, Alberta.
Shown here is the mission statement that we created at the beginning of this year. The goals that we set for ourselves this year are reflected in our mission statement: to plan and execute successful events that positively impact all those involved, as well as to represent the Lakeland College, the AHD program, and the RVT profession in a fun, professional manner. The first semester was rocky for reasons out of our control, so we weren't able to execute our goals the way that we'd expected. In response, we altered the way that we planned events, we met more regularly, we communicated more thoroughly so that we were able to plan our events better in the second semester. This year, we planned and executed 3 major events, as well as organizing multiple team bonding events for our SLC team.
Our first event last semester was a visit to the Border Paws Animal Shelter, formerly known as Lloydminster SPCA. This event was planned in collaboration with the social media subcommittee who reached out to us. This visit was a great experience and a learning opportunity, showing us behind the scenes of how SPCAs are run and what kind of animal husbandry is done there, like nail trims, vaccinations, enrichment, and feeding. As this was social media and our first event, there were some challenges we had to overcome. Miscommunication between us and the SPCA led us to be lost on which location we were supposed to be at. Upon arrival, we didn't know what we were supposed to be doing there due to inadequate planning. Time management also wasn't in our favor, as we didn't take into account winter road conditions and ended up being late. If we were to do this again, we would recommend more planning to be involved and open communication between all participants.
Our first event this semester was a visit to the Vermilion Valley Seniors Lodge. This event comprised of us bringing a group of dogs to visit with residents. We answered questions, heard stories, and promoted the importance of the human-animal bond. In order to plan for this event, we held weekly meetings as a committee where tasks were assigned. We ensured we kept constant communication with the lodge, allowing us to answer any questions or concerns. We also had to organize volunteers and dogs. We accomplished this by attending Program Promotions Dog Assessment Night, where a sign-up sheet was present for people to volunteer their dogs. This also allowed us to obtain appropriate records like vaccine certificates. Challenges that arose over the course of planning this event included being prepared the day of, as we had to ensure that all the dogs' paperwork was in order, organize carpool rides for all the volunteers, as well as letting the dogs out beforehand to release some energy. Our second challenge was scheduling. For our committee, this event was supposed to happen first semester, but due to some last-minute scheduling conflicts, it was pushed to this semester. Some recommendations moving forward would be to leave an adequate amount of time for planning events, including email responses. Organize all your volunteers well ahead of time in case of last-minute cancellations, and also when setting a date for the event, suggest multiple dates to the organization at once, for this saves time.
Our second event this semester was a visit to St. Jerome's School in Vermilion. We brought dogs to the school so kids could read to them. To plan for this event, we met once a week to keep open communication. We organized dogs and volunteers, and we kept open communication with the school. Some of the challenges we faced were students were unaware of who we were and why we were there, and we struggled to find a date that worked for everyone. The recommendations that we have for next year are to leave early, to be on time, and explain to students who you are and why you're visiting.
Over the course of this semester, we planned 3 team bonding events, such as an escape room, a movie night, and a potluck. For our committee, planning these events was a simple and good way for us to complete tasks in this semester when we had many obstacles. Accommodations was a struggle we had because of food allergies. These people either had to bring their own food or were limited to what they could eat. Our recommendations to you would be to finalize attendance numbers and other event details, such as food preferences during team meetings, so that scheduling and booking is easier for you.
We had a really strong committee this year, and I'm so proud of everything that we've been able to accomplish. Our greatest strengths this year were our cooperation, our professionalism, our reliability, and our creativity. I did feel that one of our weaknesses this year was definitely time management. It felt like we were consistently rushing at the last minute to finish organizing our events. We had lots of great opportunities this semester, mostly pertaining to the human-animal bond and public awareness of Lakeland College, the AHT program, and the RVT profession. Some of the threats that interfered with our events this semester were mostly related to scheduling and time management. Some of our recommendations for next year:
through the use of social media, we can advertise our events that we complete and show the public our involvement within the community.
We recommend allowing adequate time for planning and organization for events and activities, as well as giving yourselves enough time for travel and transportation. We were late to a few of our events due to inadequate planning and time management.
We recommend thorough planning, which includes coordinating dates with staff beforehand.
Weekly committee meetings and open communication go hand in hand. We recommend staying in constant communication with your committee.
Next up, please give a warm welcome to the Industry Connections Committee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Industry Connection Committee focuses on the relationship between Lakeland College students and the veterinary industry. We organize events like Lunch and Learns and Industry Night to help bridge the gap between the veterinary community and the students to make a more seamless transition into our careers. This team consists of 5 amazing members. My name is Rain Tessier, and I'm from Minton, Saskatchewan.
My name is Shaz Simino, and I'm from Okotoks, Alberta.
I'm Kennedy Collins, and I'm from Cremona, Alberta.
And I'm Kayla Clark, and I'm from St. Albert, Alberta.
I'm Gabrielle Severd, I'm from Rocky Mountain House, Alberta.
Our mission is to obtain and create positive working relationships between the various industries within the veterinary medicine, in addition to working towards providing the opportunity for students to integrate into the industry.
Our first event of the year was the career fair. We achieved working well together with effective communication and work ethic. Even with a small turnout of only 2 booths being reserved for our programs, we had accessible attendance from our students. Challenges we faced were clinic participation, as well as a lack of time and experience. We also recommend future committees start involvement with the school as soon as possible for a greater turnout. We also recommend calling clinics first, then sending emails regarding more information.
The whole committee played huge roles in putting this event on. It was the definition of a team effort, and we called it a great success. However, we think utilization of our Bible and contacting clinics and companies at least 2 months in advance to an event like this would allow a much better opportunity to have larger attendance of booths. We think lack of time was the culprit to only 7 booths attending after inviting over 40. This was our biggest obstacle, and our hope is that future industry connections committees make Industry Night bigger and better than ever. We recommend sending out an advertisement early in the fall to the ABVMA newsletter to spread the word about the event. This event has great potential to grow and evolve in the future. Another challenge we faced was faculty attendance. We think inviting instructors to attend this event will help represent our program better.
Next, we are invited to do a clinic tour for Dr. Tanya Vanderprit. I was lucky enough to be one of the members that gave her a tour, and she seemed to enjoy herself. She even got to see the dental suite that was sponsored by Hills. One of the challenges we found was finding a location that didn't run the risk of Tanya getting lost, like for us to meet up. So we recommend having contact information just in case this happens to avoid any confusion.
Our original plan was to have a VCA rep attend our industry night, but unfortunately they were unable to attend. Therefore, we decided to have a virtual session instead. We had a large turnout of both students and instructors. With this being our first virtual event, we had no technical difficulties, which is such a huge bonus. The students were engaged and everyone benefited from the session collectively as we all learned something new. There was some For challenges, there was some miscommunication between the 3 parties. We faced challenges between Lakeland College, our committee, and the VCA rep. There was also some miscommunication on what the presentation will be about. However, when it actually came down to the presentation, we as a committee feel there was no failures when it came to the presentation itself. For recommendations, we would recommend having IT help. We feel that it would be beneficial to have a microphone set up where we are able to converse with the presenter. And of course, technology is not always reliable. Therefore, having IT help would cut down with troubleshooting time and make future events run much smoother.
Cody Krillman was generous to virtually present the students with a talk on From Feedlot to Fen. Without the strings of cost attached, the talk extended more into large animal medicine and production, which was beneficial for our students to know possible opportunities within the large animal industry. Even with a successful veterinary professional to present the talk, we were challenged with the lack of participation from our students and faculty.
We would really recommend selling your presentation, or your guest speaker. Dr. Cody Creelman is known as one of the best bovine vets within Alberta, and we feel that his knowledge should be shared with future students.
One of the biggest strengths that I think that our committee had was communication using various different platforms. We also did not lack any ambition. One of the things we found challenging was working with the schedules of the college as well as the industry members in making our own schedule for our events. It got kind of complicated, but we worked through it. Another complication that we had was having the balancing act of SLC hours, as some roles had more responsibilities than others.
The opportunities we had through this experience was to be able to establish interpersonal connections with various representatives in our industries. This allowed our committee to gain multiple contacts for both future committees and Lakeland College. For threats, certain barricades were encountered among other teams when we wanted to share opportunities among them. And sadly, that led us to needing to adapt our plans to make sure everyone had a chance to put on events. We also had to reevaluate our role as students and know when to take a step back and let the faculty take over communications with veterinary representatives. Our advice would be to decide at the beginning of the year who you want to bring in during the whole school year. This will allow you to make step-by-step plans for each event so that they will run as smoothly as possible.
This committee presents itself with hidden problems that often need quick problem-solving solutions, as well as members that need to be adaptable when planning these events.
We also want to remind you guys to not be afraid to ask for help, whether it be another SLC team or even another faculty member, or Lakeland staff was also super helpful for us. One of the things that we feel is important is communication, of course, and more specifically, communication with our emails. Because we reached out to so many industry representatives, we really found it valuable to keep them organized. Another thing we would recommend would be to do good meeting minutes because that helped you keep all your tasks in order and get them completed on time.
Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, and if events do not go as planned, always make the most of it.
Please join me in welcoming program promotion.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Kretchen, and I am the chair of program promotion. I'm also from Edmonton, Alberta.
My name is Maria Kohler, and I'm from Red Deer, Alberta.
My name is Emily Henning. I'm from Spruce Grove, Alberta.
My name is Ashlyn Colbo. I'm from Weyburn, Saskatchewan.
I'm Thomas Ray, and I'm from Assiniboia, Saskatchewan.
Our committee's mission statement is to expand community knowledge about the role we play in the veterinary industry, as well as the issues we are facing as animal health technologists. Our goals as a committee are to promote the animal health program, expand the public's knowledge of animal care, and bond with both the community and the college. We wanted to spread our knowledge as animal health students to the people within the community of Vermilion, as well as the college, creating more awareness regarding the veterinary field. We aim to create a stronger bond between the animal health program to the community as well as the school, as it's an excellent program that not many people are aware of. Our biggest events for the year were Big Buddy, Little Buddy, assessment nights, de-stress rooms, bake sales, and Santa Paws.
We hosted the Big Buddy Little Buddy event to provide an opportunity to the first year AHT and AMA students to make them feel a little more comfortable. We planned an interactive bingo activity so everyone would socialize and interact with one another. We provide first, second, and third place prizes to encourage participation. We expected a lower attendance than what we saw since the previous years had quite low numbers. We were pleased to see almost all the first years attend, but we were unprepared on the amount of people who showed. We struggled having people on the attendance list who were no longer in the program. That created difficulty when we were matching up buddies. We recommend having multiple people at the front doors with attendance sheets to prevent a big lineup.
Okay, so our assessment nights, we sent out a sign up to classmates to have their dogs assessed so that they can volunteer them for team PR events. We encourage the human-animal bond by requiring owners and dogs to work together and trust each other. And this event helped us to work on our animal behavior assessment skills. Some challenges we faced: attendance and participation were a struggle, especially when we needed 5 to 7 dogs per event, and our team is hosting multiple events in our semesters. So our recommendations: allow time for classmates to sign up, create the schedule, and notify them of the times. Host it early in the semester so you know how many dogs are available for your events. Okay, our de-stress rooms. So we gathered volunteer dogs and allowed the students to come in and spend time with them for as long as they wanted. Our planning and execution: coordinating dogs from our approved assessment list, booking the room, and advertisement of the event on social media, posters, and the school TVs. Some challenges: some dogs were uncomfortable and did not enjoy it, so we contacted their owners or put them back in their kennel at the clinic. We had advertisement challenges also. We needed to allow more time for the event to be posted, also posted on more platforms such as the Lakeland app. Our recommendations are: allow time for booking the room, advertising, and scheduling the dogs. Also, be flexible. Some dogs may not enjoy the event, and that's okay.
We held 2 bake sales this year. Our first bake sale was to start the team float, and our second was to meet our year-end donation goal. For planning and execution, that required advertisement around the school and on social media, getting the groceries, and baking our products. Although our first bake sale went well, we had not sold as much in our second, resulting in a profit loss. We would recommend to shop in cities as groceries tend to be cheaper, to allow time for advertisement around the school as well on social media, And project your sales appropriately, as it is better to sell out than have excess.
We held the Santa Paws event to help encourage community participation with the AHT program and to promote the human-animal bond. We worked with the mall here in Vermilion to plan the event, and we advertised throughout the community with both posters and through social media. The big challenge we faced with this event was poor placement in the mall, resulting in poor lighting quality and low foot traffic. Our recommendation would be to work with the mall to ensure you don't overlap other events at the same time as yours. Additionally, obtaining a true camera will vastly improve the quality of the photos. And lastly, advertise as much as possible. These are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats our committee faced. Our strengths were creativity and cooperation. Our committee was never at a loss for ideas, and everyone always pitched in when discussing events. Our weaknesses were communication and ensuring proper planning. On occasion, miscommunication resulted in hiccups in the planning and hosting of events. The opportunities allowed us to be involved with the school and the community, allowing us to bond with both. The biggest threat we faced was time constraints, as from planning to approval to the event itself, we often had very little time for wiggle room to make changes or correct any mistakes. These are the 3 recommendations we as a committee have for the following year. To plan it in advance as much as possible to allow time to correct any problems or make changes. Being prepared and flexible allows for any hiccups to be corrected during the events themselves. And proper communication ensures events run smoothly and on time.
Please join me in welcoming social media to the stage.
Hi, I'm Taryn again, and I'm the chair of social media, and I represent community outreach.
I'm Shauna Kelleher. I'm from Lloydminster, Alberta, and I'm the Industry Connections representative.
I'm Ashlyn. I'm from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, and I represent program promotion.
Our mission is to educate the public about the animal health industry through different social media platforms while promoting the human-animal bond. This was a new area for all of us. We took a lot of time as a team to learn how to manage a social media page. To combat the challenge of us all being new, we sat down with a social media representative from the Lakeland College's marketing team, where they taught us how to properly manage our page more effectively.
Some accomplishments we have made this year as a committee are building the animal health technology platform, new account interactions, gaining followers, and collaborating with the veterinary industry. Some challenges we face this year included challenges in our own committee, like conflict of interest and varying perspectives, as well as conflict with the team retail social media with scheduling, different perspectives, and representation differences.
When we had to get posts approved at least 1 week in advance, it made it difficult to get the posts made when committees didn't always have the confirmed information. To get around this, we would draft up posts with the times and dates and get them pre-approved by our advisor, Pamela, thus filling in the information when we received it from the corresponding committees.
Our recommendations for next year's social media subcommittee. Keep yourselves organized. Keep a schedule that includes both social media committees so you are aware of what each other is posting and when. We also scheduled our posts on Instagram so we could post them at a certain time without interfering with our classes. Be prepared with all of your posts. We recommend filling in your schedule with all of your posts for the month and then creating the posts as soon as possible. Keep an open communication within your committee, Team Retail and Marketing Social Media Committee, and your faculty advisor. Our post popularity is based on the visual appeal of our posts by using bright and eye-catching posts, including all of the information related to an event, including the time and date and location, either on the post or in the caption attached to the post. We also did recap posts to inform our followers about the successes of our events. Throughout the year, we kept track of our likes and our account interactions. We found that our most liked post was our CanWest post, and our least liked post of the year was our hands-free radiology. We also noticed, as well as being our most liked post of the year, our CanWest post was our most interacted post. Our least interactive post of the year was our seniors visit post. Here are some of our posts from the year, including our January is Adopt a Bird Month, our bake sale posts, and our de-stress room posts. Please welcome back our team leads.
Over the past 8 months, Team Public Relation had achieved more than we ever set out to do. The team has accomplished 16 projects, all encompassing our mission, vision, and values. We have gained an abundance of all valuable information, contacts, and recommendation to pass on to the future of Team Public Relation. We recommend strong communication, planning in advance, setting expectations for approvals and professionalism, and setting a chain of command for questions, comments, and concerns.
An important quote we established early in the year was to be the wind in your teammates' back and not the spit in their face. We ask that you please hold applause till the end. We would like to thank the following faculty, as these individuals have provided support for us throughout the year and helped us to become a better team. Their assistance has allowed us to fulfill all of our goals over these past 8 months. Dr. Pamela Barmentlew, Denise Martin, Tricia McCore, Corrine Vandenberg, and Taylor Hermiston. I'd also like to thank the following industry partners. These partners have supported us throughout the year, from the career fair to industry night to guest lectures. Without them, we wouldn't have achieved half the accomplishments we mentioned tonight. Their willingness to support us has not gone unnoticed. As I welcome the team on stage, here is a final joke from the lovely Maria.
What's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu? One requires a tweetment, the other one an ointment.
Before we conclude, we as a team would like to open the floor to any questions from the audience or our instructors. Yeah, Carrie. I'm gonna pass the mic over to Ashley.
The question was, did anyone adopt a dog from the shelter?
Yeah, I did.
What's his name?
His name is Grizzly.
What is he?
He's a lab.
Any other questions? Yes.
Like, it was like, it killed all the other posts, so.
As I looked into my statistics for the year, I noticed that the Canvas post was actually mostly interacted by the hashtags we used, mostly the fact that it was hashtag Canvas or hashtag Canvas conference. That really is what brought in everyone to see the post. It was multiple pictures from our team leads and our faculty advisor attending the event.
I'll pass this one off to Rain. She's done. Oh, there you go. You have a microphone.
Hi, that's a good question. When we started doing it, our time management, it was a big thing. We were very naive with trying to get emails, like replies, sending them, stuff like that. So that definitely took a lot of time. Definitely having 2 months or even more than that, like starting at the beginning of the year and traveling on is way better, because shortening it up to just getting it in within a month. Like when we planned career fair, in between career fair and industry night, we had a month to plan that, and we still got 7 booths. I mean, that's pretty amazing for only having a month planning it, but definitely having more time just for clinics to have more time to respond to you, because none of them look at your emails every day when you send them. Actually, it was sending the advertisement into the ABVMA. That's where we got most of our hits, and that's where we actually achieved a lot of the, a lot of them didn't end up showing up because they couldn't make it due to like storm issues and stuff like that, but we could have had like maybe 12 boosts in total if they could have showed up, but emails and that advertisement were one of the biggest things that was a positive.
Sorry, just to add on that, also phone calls, because once we realized that the emails weren't getting responded to fast enough, we just kind of like panicked, called all the clinics. Well, not panicked, but we made it priority to call all the clinics and be like, hey, did you get our email? So phone calls was our kind of second line of defense.
I think any way you can make it personal, because it's easy to ignore an email, right? Like we do it all the time.
There's a lot. Okay, Melissa.
So when you guys plan the events, was there a why? Why did you guys go? What hole did it tie to? If you didn't even know why you were there, or they didn't know why you were there?
What events in particular are you talking about? All of them, or is there an example?
The first one online that I'm sure what you're talking about. There's quite a few that was mentioned.
Anna, would you like to answer? Yeah, here.
I honestly think it was mostly just due to a lack of communication between the parties involved.
Communication. It was the for us, like for industry committee, this is like a newly formed committee, so a lot of it was a learning like as we go kind of a thing, because we just created this committee this year. And so when we were doing a lot of the events, trying to organize it, it was a lot of like first time learning. So definitely getting like the communication between me or like the chair leader, Pam, and whoever you're talking to is a big thing, because when it came to that lunch and learn, the first lunch and learn, when it came to that miscommunication, it was between me and Pam. I just didn't communicate well enough with her what my team wanted. And so then she jumped in and she voiced her opinion, which kind of like it changed the dynamic of it. So then we had to like backtrack, and me and Pam finally got together, spoke what we wanted to do, set a plan, and then we executed that plan very well following. And with the students, we, like I said, one of our recommendations was selling the presenters, and I guess when we sell them, we really do need to communicate on why we're bringing them in and the purpose for why they're presenting to us. I can't see.
Yes. When we received our Bible from last year's team, the information they left us was very limited. They left us a few project proposals and last year's mid-year report, and that was about it. So with our new committee and rearrangements this year, we have formulated a bit more information for you guys. We have contacts and just recommendations, all that stuff. So yeah, it was a bit difficult to get started in the first semester, especially because in our first year we didn't get a lot of exposure to what SLC was. So we tried to give you guys a bit more experience into SLC this year with you having joined the meetings and this presentation and the in-clinic presentations and all that fun stuff. So hopefully you guys are a bit more prepared for next year and feel like you aren't just thrown into it. Any other questions? Yes.
As you were working with Team Retails, I did the statistics for both. And through our statistics, I actually found we were reaching people in Thailand, the United Kingdom, the United States, and all over Canada.
Any other questions?
Hannah?
Yeah, Hannah.
Okay, you talked about wanting to promote this human animal bond, and it looks like you have a lot of experience, opportunities to experience that. Can somebody tell me what specific things that you took away or thought an activity
I think that the biggest one that stands out to me was the seniors visit, just because of how we got to interact with the seniors and just swap stories about how much their pets that they've had in the past meant to them. It was just a really emotional experience for us to hear those stories from the seniors. So I think that was really what the human animal bond means to me in particular, is really emotional.
And if I could add on to that, I went to the elementary school and saw the kids interact or read to the dogs that we had brought. And it was actually kind of fascinating for me because I don't have a lot of experience watching kids around dogs, especially dogs they don't know, you know? Like, it's one thing if it's your family dog, but the way that they interacted with these foreign dogs was kind of eye-opening in the fact that they go into it with so much confidence. You know, I feel like as adults we're like, oh, be careful with dogs you don't know, but they were just kind of full bore, and you have to work around that, and some are more confident than others at greeting them.
Question in the middle.
Absolutely. I feel like our team had a very team-centered kind of thing going on here. We all work together very well. A lot of the skills that we learned throughout the year we're gonna take with us throughout the rest of our career and the rest of our lives. Some of those being communication and networking and professionalism. Through a lot of our experiences throughout these last 8 months, especially with industry and with people in the community, we got to practice our communication skills and our professionalism interacting with people outside of the veterinary industry. So I think that's something that we'll take with us throughout the rest of our lives. Any other questions? Yes, Rianne.
You mentioned, I think the social media committee mentioned something about it being new and new. So mine's a two-parter. With the retail and marketing having a social media committee, what did you feel was the need to have another social media committee? And what were some of the challenges you found with working with them, against them, competing, those?
Absolutely. Does someone from social media want to answer that, or I can answer it? Yeah, okay.
So this wasn't actually our first year with a social media committee. They did also have one last year, but we made the decision to make it a complete subcommittee where there was a representative from each committee, so representing all of their events. Our biggest problem was conflicts of when our events were happening, was our biggest problem. But other than that, we developed a really good communication system where one person was the representative from our social media team, and there was another representative from the other team. So it definitely helped having just one person instead of all of us communicating at different times.
Any final questions? No? Okay. Well, on behalf of Team Public Relations, I would like to thank you all for not only supporting us tonight, but for these last 8 months on our SLC journey. You have helped make us the team we are today, and we thank you greatly.
All right, our last presenters is Team Clinic Organization, and they're just going to get started up here in a second. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, faculty, staff, and students. Welcome to Lakeland College Animal Health Clinic Student-Led Clinic year-end presentation for 2022 and 2023. My name is Kaylee Terleski. I'm from Craven, Saskatchewan, and I will be doing my practicum at the Animal Emergency Hospital in Red Deer, Alberta. I've had the opportunity of being executive team lead of clinic organization this year, as well as being part of the Kennel Care Committee. As executive lead, I was leading weekly meetings, implementing and developing strategies aiming to promote our mission and vision, as well as learning from my fellow teammates. Tonight, we'll be showcasing all that our team has accomplished throughout the year and what we recommend for future years to come.
Hello, my name is Madison Heinz. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, and I'll be doing my practicum at Didsbury Veterinary Services. I was lucky enough to be associate lead this year of clinic organization, and my duties included making agendas for team meetings, leading team meetings, and assisting Kaylee in her executive duties.
Hi, my name is Jordan Hopfy, and I'm from Buck Creek, Alberta. I will be completing my practicum abroad at Southeast Country Vets in Teluga, Australia. Thank you. I'm currently the secretary for Team Clinic Organization, and my duties mainly consist of recording minutes during our meetings. So what exactly is Team Clinic Organization? Well, we are a group of well-rounded students who are both passionate and dedicated to ensuring the Lakeland College Animal Hospital functions smoothly and efficiently. We work closely with instructors and EdLab techs to ensure the clinic is always clean and fully stocked with any supplies we may need. Also, we are responsible for all of the animals that come through our doors, whether this be privately owned, like surgery or lab patients, or the college's own schooling horses.
So this year we had numerous strengths, like being organized, on time, being accountable for our actions, and having good communication, which led to good teamwork. With those strengths, though, we also had weaknesses, which were setting expectations to get our tasks done in a timely manner.
While being part of Team Clinic Organization, the students were met with many opportunities, such as gaining confidence working in a veterinary clinic, applying our skills that we've learned in school, and fulfilling leadership roles that will help us further in our careers. We also learned how to deal with threats that can arise from internal or external sources, such as an abundance of information, a lack of accountability and responsibility, and as well as budget restrictions for treatment of our clinic horses, all while maintaining functionality and optimizing animal health within the clinic. Next one, thank you. Sorry. Teamwork is a key concept in any successful team and what we value most in clinic organization. The following committees, supply management, kennel care, horse care, and clinic duty, have worked hard and put in many hours this year implementing better ways for students to learn and building the stepping stone into becoming resourceful RVTs. I will now pass the stage on to Supply Management Committee.
Hi, my name is Robin Yurchuk. I'm from Willingdon, Alberta, and I will be going to do my practicum at the Westlock Veterinary Clinic in Westlock, Alberta. I am also the committee chair and will tell you a little bit about our rules this year. In supply management, our main focus is keeping supplies stocked and organized in the clinic correctly. We strive to make it efficient and easy for everyone to work in daily. In order to achieve this, we do 4 entire clinic inventory counts throughout the school year. We place weekly WDDC orders of new items, and when this item comes in, we receive it, make sure everything is there, and then we put it away so that the ed lab techs don't have to. These products then get updated into AviMark's inventory, and we also monitor what goes out weekly in order to know when stock is low. Lastly, we maintain stock and organization in the sterilization room when surgeries are going on. It can get very busy in there, especially when first years start to have surgeries as well, and we don't want stock to run low overnight when they're trying to prep for surgeries the next day. This is a very important skill to have, as in the future, not having supplies could mean life or death of your patient.
Hi, my name is Kristen Kozlowski, and I am from Kindersley, Saskatchewan, and I will be going to Corbin Park Vet Services just outside of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan for my practicum. Our goals this year entailed finding an effective way to perform inventory counts, keeping the clinic stocked for efficient function, tracking all the outgoing inventory in the clinic, and keeping our AviMark as up to date as possible. The activities that we were able to complete this year included, we managed to keep the clinic stocked, and this was very important for all the labs that went on. We wanted instructors and techs to have everything that they needed for the week. Our biggest accomplishment was that we implemented a clipboard tracking system to allow us to know when inventory was running low or if the techs needed anything for the labs that were upcoming, and helped keep our numbers relatively accurate. This made doing our inventory counts a lot easier and run smoother when our numbers were reliable to begin with. We also, in addition to tracking, we narrowed down what the clinic had been using regularly and moved supplies into their appropriate categories. Being that we were able to eliminate inventory that was not currently in the clinic, it made our counts run smoother and go quicker. We hope that for the next supply management team, you will become familiar with where the products are located.
Some strengths we've identified within our committee are our communication skills. We are able to efficiently plan our weeks and evenly distribute tasks to maintain an even workload as we navigate through our already busy schedules. Also, we feel that we are well-organized and reliable individuals who are always able to complete our tasks for the week before the weekend comes. These strengths have been very beneficial working on team supply management. When we stay organized, the clinic stays organized, and that is essential for smooth function and efficiency. In any committee, there are bound to be a few areas of weakness. We have found it challenging to accurately keep track of the ingoing and outgoing stock from the clinic. This is because so many people utilize the supplies in the clinic. Students and staff are always needing more supplies, and this makes it very difficult to accurately keep track of what remains on the shelf and what has been used. Another challenge we have run into is keeping track of product expiry dates. This is because we have no set system for us to go and check the product expiry dates. And this is detrimental because we cannot use expired products on our patients. And we also don't want to be left with nothing left on the shelf. We have learned a lot throughout the year being on team supply management, and have a few words of wisdom for the next aspiring group of students who will be taking over. First of all, we suggest that you brainstorm a way to have all individuals, both students and staff, track the outgoing products. This will help keep the inventory counts more accurate and relevant. Also, we strongly encourage you to communicate and make friends with the Ed Lab techs. We love bugging them. Do not be afraid to ask them questions. Whether you don't know where something goes or what specific product they would like ordered, it is essential that you double check and make sure you're completing these tasks accurately. Also, we recommend that you schedule time dedicated to checking the product expiry dates in the clinic. We don't want accidental use of these products on any of the patients, and by being proactive and actively checking, this risk can be eliminated. Our responsibilities within the clinic affect everyone else, both students and staff. It is crucial we are due diligent and accurate when fulfilling our roles in supply management. I will now be introducing the Kennel Care Committee.
Isaacson, and I'm chair of the Kennel Care Committee. I'm from Provost, Alberta, and I'm going to be completing my practicum at Lloydminster Animal Hospital. As member of the Kennel Care Committee, we were expected to set up kennels and prepare both paper and Avmark files prior to patient arrival. Once they were in our care, we would supervise and mentor students to ensure that proper care was taken of these animals. Aside from our surgical week patients we assigned to students, we also scheduled ourselves for the daily patients that came into our care for the labs. Once the patients left our care, we would check them out of Avmark and make sure that all biosecurity measures were met by cleaning toys, disinfecting playrooms, and cleaning kennels. Our goals as a committee were strong from the start. We wanted to ensure that the highest standard of animal husbandry and welfare were met and implemented that all students were encouraged to think outside the box when caring for our trickier patients. Being members of the team clinic organization, we also knew that accuracy was the key part of the function of any clinic. Therefore, we put it at the highest importance.
My name is Callie Johnson. I am from Fort St. James, BC, and I will be doing my practicum in Duncan, British Columbia at Kinsall Veterinary Clinic. The activities we completed throughout the year include the following. With staff support, we implemented patient tracking sheets. This allowed us to briefly determine a patient's health condition under our care. We were able to avoid reading the medical record, which we found very time-consuming. However, if there was any issues indicated on the sheet or something wasn't filled out, then we did read the medical record, and if needed, staff were contacted. The Kennel Care Manual was updated as needed to clarify protocols and keep up to adjusting changes. We created a task list that we laminated and hung in the cat playroom to monitor hygiene with the toys and bedding. So when patients were discharged on Friday, one of us from the committee would wash all the laundry and then mark it off on the task list so that it was clean and ready for more cats in hospital on Monday. All the food and water bowls in all 3 canine rooms were assigned a unique color and number, and this was done to maintain biosecurity between patients and our students.
My name's Taylor Yeski. I'm from Riley, Alberta, and I will be doing my practicum at Vegreville Veterinary Clinic in Alberta. Some more activities we completed was we created a schedule for dog walking and mentoring. This included us taking shifts as a committee and also outsourcing shifts to all other students, second years. We also brought in student resources related to kennel care, such as Jessica Bonneau, who is a RVT with a VTS in animal behavior. She came in and did a lunch and learn on fear-free handling and patient comfort in the kennel. We also made an introductory kennel care video for first-year students in hopes of creating a guide for them when they start, but it's not yet complete and will need further review to be considered up to new standard.
Since our committee is the newest, we were met with many roadblocks, such as time limitations, setting deadlines for tasks and projects that were assigned to us, or following correct operating procedures within the clinic. However, our strong communication kept us on track throughout the year, and our cooperation greatly improved. With every flaw, we found an area to improve personally, and with dispersion of power, we persisted through the year.
Hi, my name is Hannah Peterson. I'm from Salmon Arm, British Columbia, and I will be attending my practicum at the Clearwater Clinic in Rocky Mountain, Alberta. These are our following recommendations that we have for the upcoming year of kennel care. Thoroughly communicate with your ed lab techs at the beginning, during, and end of the week regarding supplies, patients, and files. We recommend a checklist and or task sheet so that you can make sure everything isn't forgotten and nothing is missed. Also, make sure everyone is scheduled for kennel care and plot in extra times for supervising, mentoring, and daily dog walking. Set expectations that are achievable for others and yourself. You should know who to talk to in case of an issue and where to find documents. Be sure the top of our patient forms are fully filled out, as all the legal documents should be complete and accurate. I will now pass the mic to the Horse Care Committee.
Hi, my name is Tracy Edmondson. I'm from Spruceville, Alberta, and will be going to Innisfil Veterinary Services for my practicum. This year, I was the chair of the Horse Care Committee. Our committee roles were to monitor the clinic horses that are used for labs and ensure they are receiving the best possible care we can provide. Along with this, we also created the schedule for the VMAs, first-year AHTs, and second-year AHTs. Each student must complete 1 horse care shift per semester, and it is this committee's role to supervise these shifts. We also make sure that the individual horse care records and our portion of the Team CO Bible is up to date for the next horse care team. After looking at what last year's team accomplished, we came up with 4 major goals. First, we wanted to research a new feed program for Ben that would allow him to maintain better throughout the winter. With this, we also wanted to open up the task of feeding Ben to other second-year AHT students to allow them to gain more horse experience and get additional SLC hours. Our second goal was to work with the school's veterinarian and administration staff to research potential treatment plans for Blue's navicular syndrome. We noticed he was quite sore on his front feet last year and wanted to do something to help alleviate his pain so he could continue to be an amazing horse for laps. Another goal we had was to utilize the horse care shifts to be more beneficial to all students. We observed last year that many students didn't branch out and make new connections, and we figured horse care would be an awesome opportunity to do so. Our final goal was to update the horse profiles in the Team CO Bible, as many of them were outdated and there's a lot of new information we wanted to pass on to next year's team.
Hi, my name is Sophia Linkett. I'm from Alder Flats, Alberta, and I'll be going to Woodruff Vet Services in Tomahawk, Alberta. On top of the goals that we did complete that Tracy mentioned, there were some other activities we did complete. Starting with stricter biosecurity protocols, because unfortunately in the fall we did have a strangles outbreak here on campus. So on top of our regular biosecurity after horse care shifts of spraying Virkon on our boots, we also provided garbage bags for students so that they couldn't transmit the strangles that way. Pictured on our top right here is our senior horse Howie. He has chronic diarrhea, so we do give him a tail bag so his hind end stays cleaner. The other 2 horses on this slide are Hank and Reggie. They're our newcomers. They're a bit of goofballs, so they did have some behavioral issues we had to work on, such as picking out their feet, and then we did also have to treat them for thrush in the fall. Not pictured on our slide is Blue, but he is our other horse that we've grown quite close to this year because he is diagnosed with navicular syndrome, and he is now on a daily pain management pill. He's also been diagnosed with Heaves, unfortunately, so we did treat him for Heaves also in the fall. Pictured on our slide here is our favorite problem child, Ben. On your left side, you can see in the beginning of the year he was a little bit ribby and under condition, so on our new feed regimen he actually did gain over 100 pounds with our weight tape measurements. So that's what you can see on the right side there. He's looking a lot better. And then we did open this schedule for Ben and Blue's daily pill for all second-year AHTs to get some more horse experience.
So this year, our team had multiple strengths that we were able to utilize to complete our responsibilities and adapt to the changes in our program. Scheduling was one of the main components that we had to revise to fit everybody in, as well as stay on top of biosecurity while Strangles was circulating. Our team was able to work well together to distribute our workload evenly if one of us had a busy week or was not able to attend. We had really clear and fast communication, whether that was in person or over text, to come up with our next plan of action. But with that, our weakness was communication with the college executives. So with everyone having such a busy schedule, ensuring that our information got to the proper personnel in the correct chain was a big struggle for us. And our other weakness was trying to find someone to feed Ben and Blue over our winter breaks while we were gone. But fortunately, farm staff stepped up and helped us when we weren't able to be there. So our first recommendation for next year is to keep Ben on our feed recipe and start him in September to keep up his weight before the cold hits, as well as keep Blue on his navicular treatment so he can stay comfortable. Next, we recommend to keep Howie's tail bag in to keep his hind end free of manure, as well as stay on top of biosecurity to keep our horses healthy and practice good clinical techniques. I will now pass the mic off to clinic duty.
My name is Michaela Pewter, and I'm the chair of the Clinic Duty Committee. I'm from Wood Mountain, Saskatchewan, and will be doing my practicum at the Riverstone Vet Clinic in Sundre, Alberta. Within Clinic Duty, we are responsible for creating the clinic cleaning schedule for all AHT and VMA students. We ensure the general cleanliness of the clinic is kept up and provide all necessary cleaning supplies for the maintenance of good biosecurity.
Hi, my name is Sasha Nate. I'm from Paradiseville, Saskatchewan, and I will be taking my practicum at Lakeland Veterinary Services in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. Our three main goals within clinic duty this year were to make clinic duty more straightforward for students and supervisors by improving the manuals, by defining clear and concise consequences for late and missed shifts, and our last goal was maintaining the general cleanliness and biosecurity of the animal health clinic by updating and utilizing the daily cleaning sheets.
Hi, I'm Sadie Potapinski. I'm from Alata, Saskatchewan, and I'll be taking my practicum in Rimbey, Alberta. This year, our committee has achieved a great deal. The goals we achieved include improving the clinic duty manuals by updating a manual for the students and supervisors, as well as revising and updating the daily and deep cleaning sheets. Another achievement of our committee was creating clear and concise consequences for late and missed shifts. One thing we implemented this past semester was a Sunday check-in list. 2 people from clinic duty would go to the clinic every Sunday and clean chlorhexidine lids and empty and refill Metrolube, Metroclean, and Vergont solutions. Every other week, we would deep clean the laundry machines and autoclaves. Doing this has helped keep up with biosecurity, maintenance of equipment, and taking some weight off the ed lab techs.
Hi, I'm Lexi Hollingshead and I'm from Moosomin, Saskatchewan. I'll be doing my practicum at Peak Veterinary Health in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Throughout the year, we have identified our strengths and weaknesses within clinic duty. Our strengths consist of communication within the student body and the staff of the animal health clinic, upholding punctuality through clear consequences, and using our problem-solving skills by setting guidelines for our peers. This year, we struggled with student accountability, keeping up with laundry on busy surgery weeks, and coordinating with other courses and classes utilizing the clinic space. We tried to improve upon these weaknesses this semester by reminding all AHT and VMA students that everyone is responsible for upholding the cleanliness of the animal health clinic.
Hi, I'm Catherine Capard from Lake Louise, Alberta, and I'll be taking my practicum at the Cochrane Animal Health Clinic in Cochrane, Alberta. During our 2 semesters as clinic duty, we have come up with some goals and recommendations for the future committees. These include creating the schedules for AHTs and VMAs as soon as possible, being consistent with first shift meetings, creating clear consequences, and being strict with your peers. The biggest recommendation we have for you guys is to coordinate with the ed lab techs. They're amazing human beings, and working together is going to make both of your jobs easier. As a committee, we wish you luck in all your future endeavors. I will now pass the mic back to our executives.
So this year presented many moving parts and challenges for team clinic organization that we had to overcome, but we powered through together as a team. We would like to thank the Ed Lab techs Tamara Martin and Tracy Allen for showing us the ways of the clinic and always being there when we needed help. We'd also like to thank Melissa Hall for taking on the role as faculty advisor for the first time and guiding us through these roadblocks and helping us along the way to help us make this a successful team. For next year's team and future AHT students, we recommend that you be proactive with clinic duties and procedures. You take the initiative with tasks that are given to you. You bring outside the box ideas to your weekly meetings and obtain clear expectations from your faculty advisors. As well, never be afraid to ask any questions.
Thank you for listening, and we'd like to invite the rest of our team out to answer questions.
You guys, every single one of your subcommittees talked about communication being your strength. What is good communication? Like, what made it good?
Within meetings, we would always encourage everyone to have a say in what we were discussing, whether it was old business or new business, and we'd always have weekly goals implemented, so we'd have those to talk about at the end of the week and as well as at the beginning of those weeks for meetings as well. Basically everything, meetings from Microsoft Teams that we use mostly, and Snapchat when Teams is being difficult sometimes. Yeah. Yes. Clinic duty, would you like to elaborate on that?
Got it? Okay. So yes, when we first came into the role as clinic duty at the beginning of this year, there were not any consequences. So we did come up with, if a student is over 5 minutes late for a shift, that was considered late, and they would be doing all the deep cleaning that evening, which would consist of 3 or 4 rooms. If they were 15 minutes late, then that was considered missed. And then they would come on the weekend and either deep clean the equine or bovine areas by themselves, which is by no means fun. They were asked to come back and do it again if they did not do a good job. They came back and did it again.
Michaela's terrifying.
Yes, the first couple times that we had to, what's the word? Enforce these consequences was difficult, but with the help of Melissa, we were able to get our point across, and everything worked out in the end.
Melissa's also scary.
And the best help.
So the question is, how did we come up with a recipe for Ben to gain weight? So the three of us come from very horse backgrounds, and we've been feeding senior horses most of our lives. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure it was balanced with fats, carbohydrates, and protein so that he had all the 3 major components. And from that, we researched foods based on price and based on our experience. So a lot of us had some previous experience coming in with the feed that we proposed, which was rice bran, beef pulp, and step 6 senior. So we've all used these in the past and have seen great results in our own horses. So we kind of just mashed it all together, and we saw great results with Ben. So the question was, what are some ideas that we've come up with for enrichment for the horses? So some of the ideas that have been proposed to us is walking them around the campus. Some ideas we've thought of ourselves has been getting one of those like jolly balls, because some of our younger boys, I feel like they may enjoy that, but there was a lot of things that we asked for this year, so we figured we don't want to push it too much. But mostly like just more interaction and making the horse care shifts more valuable. Instead of just going out there for 5 minutes and petting them and running back in, we stay out there for a minimum of half an hour, pet them all, brush them all, pick out their feet, and just really love on them.
Well, thank you very much for coming this evening and watching our SLC presentations through this year.
All right, I wanted to thank everybody again for coming and for all of those who are joining us virtually on the live stream. And just before we leave, I just want to give one more thanks and shout out to Liam from IT, who's up in the booth there, for videoing us. So yeah, again, thank you everybody for you learned a lot, and I hope you're excited for next year and getting ready to think about which team you would like to contribute to in your second year. All right, thanks again, everybody.